What's going on? How y'all doing? This video gonna be about baseball player former baseball player, great Gary Sheffield, who should be a Hall of Famer. He spoke out recently about his disdain for modern day Major League Baseball and why he doesn't watch the game. If you remember Chef, he had one of the most distinctive strokes in the game. The way he would use his bat, and he kind of just whiffed and he went at it hard. He was bad, and he should be a Hall of Famer. I mean, this cat could flat out play. But anyway, I co-sign with him 100%. Baseball is a joke today. Cats with ERAs with five getting paid 5 million who don't pitch but the five batters. I mean, the game is so watered down now. The game is like Crystal Light, like broke Kool-Aid with not with more water than sugar. It's sugar water but without any taste to it. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of what I see in baseball. Um, I was talking to a buddy about this, and Bryce Harper is considered a villain, but he ain't really a villain. You don't, you know that a lot of these guys are getting paid crazy money. I like Tatita one in San Diego is getting paid, but he ain't worth no 300 million. Mookie Betts is the only one that I could see that get paid because he's been clutch. He won with Boston and he won with the Dodgers. He's clutch. If you're gonna give somebody some money and they come up, that's one thing. A lot of these cats ain't deserving no 200 and 300 million. Now the money's ridiculous considering that I'm not seeing the results. You don't. Albert Pujols is one of the last of it, Trout to an extent, but Mookie Betts. But come on now, you don't have Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., uh, Alex Rodriguez, Gary Sheffield, and Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa. You don't have that kind of Greg Maddox. I can 90s early OOs had guys that were great and also drew attention and stuff. Baseball is just not hitting. Too much mediocrity, and they are missing connecting with the fans in different situations. There are just not enough storylines that are compelling right now. But it's just a lot of bad. I will say this. I'll throw an old school name for folks who know. It's the Dave Kingman era, basically. If you remember Dave Kingman, he hit home runs, but he struck out a whole lot. And at that time, that was frowned upon. If he didn't hit it, you struck out. But nowadays, they don't care. A lot of these turkeys can't even bat their body weight. But if they can stick 30, 40 home runs out, you know, they've used the 90s mantra, the chicks dig the long ball to sell it. And they have watered down the pitching. They've manipulated the ballparks. They've done everything to sell the game. Ain't nothing changed, you know. At least when you blame it on steroids, you could find a villain if you wanted to, but that didn't even really. You know what hurts the game? You don't have any rivalries, and you don't have any sense of, like that. Like I'm a Yankee fan, and I still hate Boston, but it's not even the same no more. It's just really not the same. You know, and so many different teams. Certain teams are won, but it just doesn't really, it doesn't really carry that same cachet because I see a lot of, like I said, a lot of mediocrity in the game. And Gary Sheffield was right, and it's hurt the game. Cause, and also lack of black folks playing the game. You're gonna honor Jackie Robinson, you still don't have enough. Still a lot of the racial things that they have not done as far as addressing general managers, owners, commissioners. Still a whitewash game, and it has not really adapted forward thinking. It was my favorite game watching back in the day, but it is not the way it once was. And I don't think Hank Aaron and Jackie Robinson and guys would not be proud. And Gary Sheffield is credible to say this, and he's absolutely right. They have not done right by the game. They've shortchanged the fan, and there's not the lack overall quality. A lot of quantity, but not a lot of quality out there. But give me your thoughts and takes. You agree with Gary Sheffield? Because not feeling today's baseball, and it's soft. You agree, disagree? Please hit the like, subscribe, or welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and I feel that way about all modernized sports and also entertainment and so on. A lot of, social media took over, but where is the talent to challenge, to rise to the occasion? That is lacking.